Hey everybody, welcome back to the Veloce Boomer Bowl. I am your resident Boomer Lawler alongside Shogi Bear, bringing you and calling you the action for this 2v2 fiasco, I guess is the best way to put it. Boomer mode has been the game, and it has been an exciting one. Shouts to Who for winning the first match over Zoomers booming Zoomers. That is the only quarterfinal match we'll be watching, and if we have the opportunity to take a look at the bracket, we'll be moving on into the semifinals. Shogi, if you want to kind of talk to us, the next match we're going to be watching is Pasta and Paella versus Canyon.
Oh, are we seeing Canyon, are we? All right. I would love to talk you through it, but unfortunately, I don't think anyone really knows what they're doing on this one. Now, this does, however, mean that we do get to see some of the Spanish Bim Bam today. I get to test my theory because, you know, we got Tox in here, we got Zamway, but we've also got our boy Arju and Steak in here on the other side. So this could be a very curious time indeed. But after saying what I said, I've got to go with the Spanish lads.
You just think it's going to translate a little bit better?
I feel like they won't notice a difference.
I don't know if that's a little bit of shade being thrown or if it's just like confidence in their capability to chase.
I suppose.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, everybody can go for some good cheeky banner. I'm always a fan. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. Obviously, with it being the semifinals, these will also be a best of 5. But even though there's gameplay going on and it is a tournament, we are here for a different cause. If you guys are not aware, !donate in the chat will pull up a link. We are raising funds for UNICEF, where we are trying to help out and provide relief to the COVID-19 pandemic and help with minimizing the impact of the virus on children and families worldwide. So if you guys are willing to donate in any capacity, we greatly appreciate the support as it does help. Our goal right now is 5,000 euros. So anything you guys can do to help is greatly appreciated. Not only do we have the tournament going on, but later on we'll have a halftime show, which I think is probably after this match. And we're going to see a 3v3 content creator rumble battle with casting by the wonderful Subbar in HD. So should be an exciting match for that one. But a $5 or €5, I don't even know how to say that correctly, but a €5 donation will get you a raffle ticket and a chance to win a jersey, possibly from Veloce, Rogue, Endpoint, and Singularity. So make sure you guys get those donations in and support a great cause. So focusing back on the matches, do you have a specific player that you are going to be looking out for? I think I know who mine is.
Okay. I'm gonna go probably Tox for this, if I'm being honest. I think Tox is my boy for this series.
I love how in sync we are, man. I was gonna say the same thing.
Are we good at this? Are we?
Yeah, I was.
This is why we shouldn't be on a desk together. The desk is all
no,
about.
it's exactly why. No. It's all about the yes and Shogun. It's the yes and Shogi. It's always about going with what they say and continuing on, unless they're just completely wrong. But in this case, you're never wrong, right? You're always right.
I'm not. I am.
Exactly.
I've got the wizard hat behind me still. Because thanks for crowning me with that, by the way.
You're welcome.
It was a glorious experience.
Had to pass the torch before I got the.
That was the problem, wasn't it? It was that we were both too busy getting the predictions right. It was a poison chalice.
Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, that's totally it.
The problem was we just kept, filling up the wizard hat.
They felt bad for Gibbs. That's actually what it was. They're like, Gibbs doesn't have much, Yeah, Giblet's cute, but. Oh, man. Either way, I'm excited to see this one. I think my eye for the other side on the team is going to be Arju. We've seen his mechanics and his capabilities, but is that going to persist when the ball is moving 1,000 miles per hour? That'll be the interesting one.
That's where I disagree, actually, because I think Arju takes a lot of small touches. There's no such thing. A small touch means that it probably isn't going to do laps. So I think Arju might struggle here. I don't think he's going to have the same sort of control. Now, whether or not he's able to read the play, that's a different story entirely, but that's also something that we can't really speculate on because we're not that good at predicting those sort of things.
Hey, man, you almost predicted an own goal to the exact time last game. So, just saying, I think you deserve a little bit more credit. Okay.
Almost.
Give yourself a little bit more credit on that one. Either way,
the pat on the back.
It should be an exciting match. We're going to get right into it, you guys. We've got Pasta and Paella versus Canyon. Let's see who wins. Best of 5 on the board and a whole lot of chaos on the field.
Okay, so here's my little thing for this one, Lawler, which is that because these players have been you know, sort of, they've gone through a round, haven't they? They've got through the quarterfinals. They're into the semifinals. So in theory, these ones should be better than our last round.
As good as a theory as it is, I don't necessarily agree with it because of the nature of this game mode. But to keep you guys up to date, the game mode is going on. Tox just scored, so me and Shogun, big brains already. But we should be getting into the action here in just a bit. Looks like our spectators just starting the match. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so appreciate you guys bearing with us. But again, chaos already. First goal on the board is going to go to a Canyon.
See, as much as we were trying to give that to Tox, it was an
own
goal.
And it's all tied up. You didn't miss a thing.
You know, it doesn't matter anymore. You know, who cares if you put the ball into your own net? Zamway has 0 points, but he's got time. You know, it just means that he's not hit the ball, and that's okay. We're not judging, whilst we bring attention to it.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to it. Keeps talking about it. You're the worst, man.
Good touch, Arju. I'm curious here because I feel like the way Metza was playing in game 2 of the last one was sort of like the optimal way to play if you don't fully get it. But these guys might have different ideas on that. So I'm very curious, you know, to see what the other plans are, what they figured out, or if they've even figured anything out. It's just hit the ball and they've managed to hit the ball on target a few times.
Yeah, a lot of it, I mean, that's where it needs to start, right? Is just try to find solid contact in the ball and hit it at the net. Get that down. And it worked really well in game 2 for the last match that we watched. But it just seems to devolve from there. Like, everybody is like, okay, going to try to do things, and then it just breaks into chaos. Or a lot of whips.
It looks like the reads have been okay, but the timing is off.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit better than what we were seeing. Outside of that, it's still very close, and Arju might actually just have that. Yep, those are the sort of plays that have been going very well so far. The ceiling has been easy reads, as long as you're in position.
Yeah, the nice thing about this one, too, is it's not coming off at much of a pace. Even though that thing was flying up and down, it's just a soft touch and then the read, and that's where my, I guess my confidence in Arju could be, is even though this game is pure chaos, if the ball's in the air, I know he's going to be able to go and make a hit.
This looks fun for everyone.
Bars
just kept bouncing everywhere. My goodness. All right, so Tox takes control. Arju's going to leave it. And yeah, this is a good idea right now. They've made a good adjustment of knowing that they're in the lead. You don't need to overly chase, but a back pass is a curious idea. I don't know how I feel about it, but
I don't think even, like, the hard thing too is, like, is the back pass intentional?
It's like it's saying catch to someone, but you lob it overhead.
Throw a pen at somebody at Chief style and just before it even gets there, like, then you let them know.
I still feel like Achieves needs like a Wii Fit remote. You know,
like one of those straps. Yeah.
Puts that on the pen. You're all sorted there. No health and safety issues.
You know those, like, so, like, for people that work real jobs where they've got the, like, the key card access thing, you know, on the little, like, retractable.
Oh, lanyards. Or that's not what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like, it's like a retractable, like, little clippy thing. So, like, you pull it and then I don't even know how to describe it, but then it, like, retracts back to the hip.
Yeah.
Need one of those attached to a pen so you can, like, yeet the pen and then it'll come back to him.
I love that you stay yeet purely for my benefit.
Yep. Slowly taking over.
Yeet's gonna make a comeback, man. 2020 is the year of Yeet.
God. That is a campaign I will not get on board.
Hey, that wouldn't even be the worst thing that happened in 2020. You're all good.
Very, very true. You know what? You're the Yeet. Let's go.
Yeah!
Couple good touches back and forth here as we got 1:20 left. Been pretty quiet after those first couple of goals, as Arju is just still trying. Quite the acrobatic he is, but does not make connection, as a shot opportunity did present itself, but we go back the other way. Oh no.
Oh, he was so close to making contact, actually. Now, whether or not that contact would have just done the usual thing of grazing the ball onwards with more power,
you have a chance to.
Or would have seen the ceiling. Oh, what a save, Tox! Yo, he keeps his team in it at the very least, but they've got to get out. All right, good Power Ranger move, and it works.
All part of the plan. That is the greatest clear eye I've ever seen.
All right. Some call
He
it
pinched
pinch.
it.
Some call it a pinch, some call it Megazord. You know, we all have different terminology.
So that's Shogun as a color caster for you guys. Coming up with his own terms. Megazord is one of them.
Hey, I just know all my Power Rangers, okay? I do not know all my Power
Sounds like you had a good
Rangers.
childhood, man. Sounds like you had a good childhood. When you weren't kicking people in the face.
Call those slips.
Oh, there's a technical term. My bad. That makes it okay, right?
Yeah. That's where you get the terms
For
like
those,
Megazord.
for those that don't know the context, Shogun's really good at kickboxing. Okay, I'm not just saying he kicks people in the face as a kid like that. There's some intent behind it.
No, you're just being weird, Lola. Stop being weird, Lola.
You're the one who kicks people in the face. Or slips them in the... It just doesn't make it any better.
It doesn't. Oh, come on. There's a proper rule 0 here. Rule 1, whatever. There's an argument happening now. I caused it.
It's all part of your plan.
Goodness is that every time you say that, people go in on it, and you don't have to do anything afterwards. You just say it, someone throws a tizzy, and you're all good.
First overtime, Shogi.
All right, I'm throwing this back on you, Lola.
No, I was going to do it to you.
Nope. No, your turn. Goal, who by, and when.
122. Tox is going to hit a nasty, like, shot from a high angle.
I love how we keep preemptively saying, like, oh, it's going to be, like, this really cool thing, or it's going to be an own goal. It's not just like, it's going to be scrappy. It's not going to look great, but it'll go in.
I just want to see it happen now. We've got something for them to look forward to.
I know. I'm pulling for you here, Lola.
I don't want to say I'm confident, because I'm not, but I'm hopeful.
Okay. Well, no one's ever gonna say. What was the time again?
122.
122.
So we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there.
I feel like you might have a possibility at this one, actually.
Things keep happening
I mean,
like this.
they've got possession though, so it's gonna keep bouncing.
Doesn't mean anything in this game.
No, it's fine. Possession is 9/10 of the goal. Go on. Don't question it. Just accept that this goes in somehow. I'm not too sure how, but
do it.
It's happening.
Okay. Oh, I'm sad.
Wow.
Big pads.
Not even close.
No. This is why you do it, man. Don't turn this on me ever again. Okay. Woo. Almost.
You didn't have anyone
Although,
back in there.
even though
okay.
you were close, it did still come true. So, that actually hit a corner. All right, boys.
It feels like they've regressed.
I mean, they're finding each other. Yeah.
But
Just not into the net.
yeah.
Where it matters. Oh, high angle. Wasn't Tox, but
All right,
still
Tox.
cool.
Tox, here's the shot.
Show me what you got.
Oh, go on. Go on, lads.
That would have been crazy.
All right.
See, now chat's getting involved. And that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
I want to hear chat's predictions. We do this all the time from my watch parties where I like make them guess because then I don't have to. I turn it on everybody rather than just my co-caster.
I'm just sort of hoping that someone scores now. Oh, is he going for air bumps? I feel like, all right, so actual thing for us to talk about, though, is the fact that Zamway has been the one that's chasing this, and Tox is just sitting back the majority of the time.
Which is a good strategy because even if he whiffs it, like, all it takes is one hit to play it back the other way. And
Yeah.
Zamba's going to be up the field to hopefully go for another crazy redirect. So
And the majority of the shots that we have seen from Canyons, or a Canyon, just the singular this time, they have been, like, at least in their own side of the field. So Tox has got loads of time to react. He left his own side of the field. Bad. Retreat, Tox, retreat.
the only issue, though, in this best of 5 is because they're starting to figure it out, it becomes harder and harder to score. The scary thing about pros playing is when they figure stuff out, we may have a long ride to look out for. So Good
Well,
play in the
this
mid, but nobody there. And again, up and down we go.
Oh, rare mistake from Tox. We're almost at 4 minutes of overtime. I've never seen so much motion for so little achieved.
It's not easy, Shogun. It's not easy. We'll say that you're starting to see a trend, though, from a Canyon. They are starting to get into the air a bit more. But a big mistake, and that's going to do it. First game goes to Pasta and Paella. And I really hope I'm not saying that wrong every single time.
I have purposely avoided saying it. Because my record with names is sketchy.
One word comes to mind. Would you like to say it for the crowd?
There's many names that come to mind.
I mean,
but I know the one.
Pluto's up there, but I'm not thinking that one. Mine starts with an
not?
H and ends in Alicon.
Oh, do you know what the worst part was? All right, story time for everyone here. So, start of season 4, Halcyon makes his RLCS debut. I spend 2 solid games, I think, calling him Halicon before someone comes onto my ear and says, hey, you're calling him Halicon, he's actually called Halcyon.
Well, my favorite part about all of it is, like, we were casting together for that match, and I, like, looked at you after you said Halicon, and I was just like, yeah, Halcyon hit the ball really well, and, like, looked at you, like, with intent, like, please, bro,
I don't know
please.
if you knew about this one. At the season 4 after party, there was a group of people sat around at a table. They're just all chilling out. One of them stands up, walks over to me, and he just takes my hand, and he just goes, "Oh, hi, mate. My name's Halicon." I look at him. Eyes ablaze with not only anger, but self-pity. I didn't know I could be so angry at myself for such a thing. But he seemed in good spirits about it. Someone had to be.
You know, you got one job, Shogun.
Yeah.
It's to say things right. And his name was not one of those things. So that's in the past now. I greatly appreciate it. But luckily for these names in this match, all pretty... Oh, my gosh.
This is... All right, so we can change the physics. All of that. But it always remains the same. You always have a 5-minute overtime followed up by a 2-second goal in the next game.
Well, they did get the win in a rather long OT, so we'll see how this one plays out. But you could tell towards the end of the last match, there was a lot more control and a lot more aerials. It seems like they finally got the reads down on the ball, but I say that, and I expect whiffs to follow shortly.
Scrims tomorrow for these players is not going to be pretty.
No.
We preemptively apologize to their coaches.
I don't. It's for a good cause.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize for nothing. We're raising money for charity, and if you guys want to help out and support financially, ! Donate in the chat. €5 donation will put you in for a raffle with the opportunity to, oh my goodness.
You've hit the left post, you've hit the crossbar. That means you can almost own goal, apparently. That wasn't what I was going to end up saying. But fine, they've even hit their own crossbar. It means they've got to hit their own post now. Go on, Zamway. You hit this. Too hard.
But again, you have the ability to enter into a raffle to win a potential winning of a jersey from one of 4 orgs: Veloce, Rogue, Endpoint, and Singularity. So anything helps. Whether you guys are here in chat just hanging out with us, we greatly appreciate it. Or if you guys are willing to support and donate financially, also massive shout out to you guys. And we thank you for your efforts. As these guys are taking the time out of their day to put on some entertainment. Shot getting relatively close, has a double opportunity, and off the crossbar again.
How? Okay, first one, absolute banger of a save from Zamway. Second one, our poor crossbars, man. They're gonna need replacing. And taking an absolute beating. Obviously, Veloce as well have been able to do the Not a GP series. I've actually had a chance to take a look at those, and they have been such good fun. I didn't think I was going to have that much fun.
It's phenomenal
with those
content,
sort of broadcasts,
isn't it?
But yeah, no, they are so interesting about, you know, how the players go about it. And just sort of getting that sort of insight to an esport that I'm not typically that exposed to, but
yeah, I think it's you know, there's a lot of people out there that are struggling and trying
to
they're trying to sustain something, right? With the my gosh, nope,
not an own
still
goal.
bouncy. On goal?
No, this is oh goal. Give us a second, chat. It's gonna take a moment. So, we're going to end up saying the same sentence at the start of every single one of these, and we're going to constantly be proven wrong, which is, do we think these players have figured it out?
No.
No, they
Definitely
haven't.
not. It's all a ruse. Oh my gosh.
They
You know,
figured out that
there
the
was
ball
bound
has
to be
go in the
one.
net.
There was bound to be one.
They've come close.
And what better way to do it right after we memeingly say own goal and then he blasts it in.
Well, the fun part is, like, there were so many chances there for an O goal, and none of the obvious ones were taken.
Yes, the guy who came in from off camera. What an insane own goal! Oh.
Okay, I can suggest an improvement right now. Put the controller down. You will see the difference.
Just sit in net, boys. Just sit in net. Oh my goodness. And it was insane. Like a ceiling pinch with his teammate into a redirect. Oh my god.
Oh, no. Please tell me.
Please
Oh
stop.
no, that's legit. Wait, no, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
It's a. Oh my god. What is happening?
Oh, this is absolute perfection.
At this point, if I was playing, I'd be afraid to hit the ball. It wouldn't be worth it.
Aju, it needs to come up with like a clippy thing every time you go for it, which is, it seems like you're trying to hit the ball. Are you sure?
Okay, that's just a beautiful shot. No, 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 no!
Hey! Okay. Somehow, some way, Canyon are ahead by 2 goals.
What is happening in this game?
Is that an actual analytical question?
Like, we got what?
I don't have anything.
We got 3 own goals in a row. Like, and not just any type of own goal. Like, crazy redirect, like... And then you get a ball continuously bouncing off the crossbar.
They've collapsed. Everyone on this field has collapsed. Oh, dear.
This is wild.
I need a moment. I just need to... I need to breathe. Can't laugh that much, man.
Getting lightheaded, man.
Right, well, if you guys ever had a reason to donate, there was it. That is quality entertainment.
Again, massive shout out to everybody who's behind the scenes helping put this on, whether it be production, Veloce for organizing, and getting all the other orgs as well to collaborate for a good cause. Massive shout out to you guys for being as unselfish as possible in a time of need. So, again, everybody who's here taking the time to spend time with us on a wonderful Sunday afternoon, we greatly appreciate it.
We got 30 seconds left in this game. It's been a whole minute since a kerfuffle, so I think we're owed one at this point. I do believe this one's done, Lola. It's going to be 1-1. I think my analysis ends there.
So, Shogun, what are your thoughts? The series is tied up. What else?
Both
the series is tied
again.
up. Yeah, both teams have won. You just keep saying the same thing different times.
I mean, that's usually what I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, congratulations to Canyon. They get a win. Not in the fashion I think they expected, but
no.
a win is a win.
Some team did have to win this game.
Yeah, that is how the game is played.
You know,
this announcement is brought to you by Boomer Mode.
It's like there was some Zamboy especially had some really good plays.
Yeah, he did
in this game, and I'd love to be talking about them right now, but they pale in significance. I'm saving this replay. The idea that this can get lost to time to me is not something I want. So
I hope,
that's a replay saved.
I do have expectations from the rival boys behind the scenes, as they do a phenomenal job with the production.
But I can just replay analysis, don't you?
Not on this, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I mean, it's going to be the same thing. He's scored more goals than the other guy. That is what it's going to come down to. And
you need to go for like the minute details of how each touch, you know, develops the play, the flow of the game. Make it poetic, you know.
Hard pass. No. That's
every touch on this mode is a hard pass.
Can I get a new one? Can we get rid of? Is he to my right or my? He's above me now. Can I get rid of this one?
No, we're gone now. We're off screen.
I just hit leave match by default, and I was like, nope, can't actually do that.
You'd still be in here with me.
Don't remind me. I feel like this is always how our friendship develops. We're like, man, I missed you. It's been a while, and then it just evolves into go away.
Yeah.
There will be no boops this time, Shogun.
Hey, that's still the funniest thing I've ever done in my entire life, and I'm never topping it.
It was quite funny. I will give you that. But that could have been the like being very tired after a long day at work.
It could have been.
Nice shot on target.
Well, I put it down to my excellent execution of jokes.
It was such low-hanging fruit that you threw to the sky. It was... You threw up a Hail Mary, Shogun, and it went really well. I don't think you understand that reference. I didn't know what that was
until I started. Yeah, no, I understand it now. I've been watching some NFL like highlight stuff. I know.
Nice.
I know some of the terminology.
I think my favorite part about that whole situation is like, this is dumb. I don't like it. And then at the very end, you're like, I'm really entertained by this. Like, why is this so entertaining? And I'm like, I don't know. There's a bunch of pauses too.
I think I can never make my mind up on anything though. Oh, okay, Zamway. Zamway has been... I don't think either of us had him because we both went for talks, didn't we? We got the wrong side of this. Zamway has been
I think a lot of it has to do with the approach though. Like, they're just letting him go and aggress as much as he wants. And hoping Tox doesn't own goal it from back, so.
Yeah, I think he's had some very impressive reads so far. We've gone a minute and a half into this game. No own goals yet. Let's cover our bases. And hopefully Tox will cover his, because that was almost on target. All right, here we go. Arju's figuring this out now. We've got the double taps. We've got the one tap from Stake. Basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's really good patience as well by Stake. I mean, this whole time, like, because the ball bounces so chaotically, if he just stays patient and just hopes the guy whiffs, it's very unlikely that someone's going to score off that hit anyway, so just be there for the opportunity, and it pays out. So, again, back on top. We had a lot of confidence coming in from Tox a lot of time, but it does seem like Pasta... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's how it goes. You start talking nice about one thing, and then the opposite happens.
There was no goal right there. But he has to get points, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've actually experimented with the powers of a caster curse, and they are real. They are very real. I can
imagine, man.
It's quite scary. It's quite scary, the power you hold, Shogun.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Because like you talk about it, it's like whatever. It's like a little dumb in joke, and then it happens for the first time, and you go, okay, nah, that was a what? And then it happens for a second time in the same game, and you realize that no mere mortal should have this power.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I was watching when G2 was dominating in regional championships, and people were like, man, I wish the series would go longer. I'm like, all right, I'll do what I can. And like, no joke, the only OT that they go into and lose is because I started talking very nice about G2. So like, obviously we do the CJ show with Jazzo, and Jazzo's like, so you're the reason we went to OT and didn't sweep. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like, but yeah.
Is this the same as the has anyone actually ever done the maths on like Gibbs predicting G2 to win versus G2 winning?
Well, it's actually ingenious because no matter what, he is in good light, because he's played it to where if he predicts them and they lose,
oh, what a shot,
it's because he has the curse. It's his thing, right? But if they win and he gets the prediction wrong, it's like, yeah, you have to I have to predict against them so they win. So like, no matter what, Gibbs comes out on top.
That's a very Gibbs thing, isn't it?
It is. It's the most Gibbs-like thing. Don't let Gibbs fool you. He may be the best player in Rocket League, but he's a little toxic at times, and it's really funny when he does it.
Okay. I still want the world. I feel like I'm the only one that's been able to witness this firsthand. I still want the world to see you and Gibbs playing together in threes, because I've never seen two people with less chemistry.
Dude, Gibbs does not rotate. He doesn't know what it is.
He says the same thing about you.
No, not at all. I've never seen a man cut rotations so hard in my life. For a guy that's supposed to be goalie, he never spends time in the goal. I don't get it.
Yeah, the people need to see it.
No, they don't. It's not pretty.
What I need to see is this absolute banger coming in right here.
There it is. It's happening.
He's going to follow it. Oh! I appreciate the attempt, though. Arju's Arju, man. He's getting the mechanics. He's just starting to figure out a little bit that he doesn't need to try and chase the ball. He's actually been waiting for it to come to him in the midfield. While I love in Boomer mode that double tap means you hit it, you stay in the air exactly where you are in the midfield and wait for it to come back to you.
It's like a new version of a self-pass. A very, very aggressive one. Double commit. Interesting choice. At this point, they're just going for everything, and I commend it.
Yeah, I mean, this is to take match point for either side it is. Last OT we had lasted quite a while. How long is this one to last? Oh, I tell you what, Top trying to stay in it. I was not going to take any time at all, but a banger of a save from Zamway Steak? Steak.
In the midfield we go again. Almost a double touch there from Arju. But this series started with a pretty long OT and then devolved into pure chaos. So good touch from Tox over the top. Not going to make this one go for too long. And with that, it puts him up 2-1 in the series, Shogi. A little bit different scenario on this one.
I mean, yeah, we can come out of this one and not... I'm not going to say roast because it was just fun. I don't think either of us were going for a roast on that one. But we can come out this and say, yeah, that was solid. They actually played that one pretty well on both sides. Just one team needed to make that mistake that gave the goal scoring opportunity, and that ended up being the blue team. I'm not trying it still. Canyon... it's hard for me to really talk specifically about any player here, actually, because they're all making decent reads on the ball. It's now just... We've seen so many shots that are so good actually being like properly saved. It feels like the saves are the one part for both teams that if they're in position, no difference at all. It's on target. We know where to hit it when it's on target because we know we just got to make sure it's not here. It's the transition to actually getting a goal scoring opportunity that's been the difficult part, which is why we've either had absolute clown fiestas or we've had sort of the games like this one and the first one where it's a little bit more grindy.
Yeah, you're starting to see more of a natural progression on how they want to attempt on playing the ball. Initially passive, one kind of sitting back as they just kind of hit it as hard as they can and go for a follow-up. But towards the end there in that OT, you did see Canyon start to move forward and try to read these touches in the air. And that's kind of what you're hoping for, is that it seems like you're looking for a graceful bounce to kind of just coast in front of the net that these guys know how to hit on redirects. The difficulty with that is, if we've said in the past that touches anywhere off the mark, it goes flying the other way and sometimes into your own net. So have to be a little bit careful with it, but you are starting to see them adjust relatively well. But this is match point for a Canyon. Can Pasta and Paella make it back? I'm going to still keep trying to say that right. Probably getting it wrong, but...
No one said you're wrong yet.
That's, I mean, probably because they're also questioning how to say it. We're all in this together.
Yeah, man. Sure. Oh, that could be an interesting first chance. Steak off the post. Yes. They definitely need this one, though. Otherwise, they are out of our tournament. This is for a spot in the grand finals. And that's almost another own goal. Like, we've seen what happens when they can get a little bit trigger happy. They put themselves in their own dangerous situations. I've almost liked Canyon's play at the best when they just have, you know, one player chasing and then Tox sitting back.
Right.
It's been their most consistent But if I wanted them to be consistent, they'd go for that. If I wanted them to be entertaining, I want them both just to dive headfirst into it.
Kind of like what we're seeing here from Blue Squad, Pasta and Paella. Just both players just boosting the full time, going straight at the ball. And the benefit of that is getting to it first. If you can put it on target, you're going to get yourself a goal. So starting off early here. Last time we had to wait a little over a minute and a half. This time within 50 seconds. So good start here for Blue as the demo comes out. Back and forth in the midfield. And just difficult reads left and right.
Okay, I don't want you to get mad at me. I feel like you've got mad at me purely because I said don't get mad at me. I just realized that their name is Pasta and Paella because one is Italian and the other one is Spanish. You sound mad.
What is the saying? I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Oh, that's okay then. I can live with that.
No. Shogun, you're so smart.
No, I see what Goblin said in chat. I wasn't thinking about it beforehand. It just sort of... I decided to have a quick think, and that was the conclusion I came to.
To hopefully bail you out, obviously Arju is the only second Italian player, other being Cook, so it's not something you think about often, I guess. Right? That's your reasoning? We're gonna go with
I just
that?
wasn't thinking about the names. You know, I haven't tried to figure out why one team was called Zooming Boomer, Booming Zuba. Like...
That's fair. There's some, like, at least they have, like, a theme as to why.
Yeah, no, I quite like this team name, actually. Now that I figured this out, it's one of my favorite team names. I hope they stay in, you know?
So we can continue to try to avoid a say Paella.
No, actually, I want them in before the name. It doesn't matter about the Paella part.
Just call them Spanish dish. Pasta and Spanish dish. Right? Is that
yes. That'll do fine. It's a good little play over the top. It's so hard to read, though. Zamway tried his hardest.
First part two is like they're trying to get it.
You're not getting that.
I mean,
He's
hit
going
it
for like a backboard redirect. I know he got the touch, but he's not getting the backboard redirect.
Man,
not in a million years.
As long as it's like somewhat at a good angle, there's a good chance of it going in. So rather than having to like hit it like super precise, any cheeky touch, whether even if it's with the wrong part of your card, doesn't matter. As long as he just puts it on target, there's a chance. And that's all that matters.
I'm glad you're not still mad at me.
I get it. I get over it real quick. I'm just used to it at this point. I've been
It's like
conditioned.
a mental reset, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Rocket League players
gonna dip.
flip resets. I have mental resets with being mad at Shogun.
Right now, we're going to have to see... Earlier on, Lola, I did say I wanted to see the all-out face smash style from Canyon.
Right.
They're going to have to. They have not got much time left here. Otherwise, we're going to see ourselves a cheeky Game 5.
Well, the last part of their goals did come from them being a bit more aggressive. The game started out with, instead of Zamway just blasting it, is he was just running into it. And, interesting. I'm curious to see how this even plays out. So he just... Is it a own?
It's an own goal. Just...
Yep.
This is what I want from them. The more chaos they cause, the more chance of own goals. Now, it's a 50-50 after that as to who's actually going to be the benefactor. But why not, you know? Oh, that's on target. Zamway needs to recover. Just figured out his car positioning in time. They've got Stake on the backboard. He tries for it. Taps it down. Tox clearing the lines. 40 seconds now, Lola. And we're back to where we were. As much as I'm sort of hoping for the face smash, I expect Zamway and Tox to just continue what they've been doing. Tox will stay back, but he's made a couple of mistakes. And they can't afford to keep doing that.
Good read by Tox still on the backboard to get it out. But immediately back on target. Some of these shots are getting a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, Tox is in a horrible position right now because... Oh, what a shot! All right, Tox, I was going to say you're in a horrible position because you can make any mistake and it's going to be amplified. You're in a horrible position because you're staring dead onto Arju.
Mixture of that as well as the double commit in the corner leaves it wide open. And to be quite honest, unless you're pre-jumping, very unlikely you're going to hit and make a save on that. At the pace that it's going, coming down to the last final seconds, trying to bring this to a game 5 as RG plays this up to stake, has the chance for redirect, stopped out, and just like that, ball's gonna hit the ground, and we're gonna find ourselves in a game 5, Shogi.
I mean, it's been curious so far. I also want to revisit what I was saying on Tox as well, which is, since he is playing so defensive, any mistake that he makes visually is amplified, because Zamway can make as many mistakes as he wants on offense. As long as 1 or 2 of them work out, they get the goals, he can get all the plaudits. Any mistake on Tox's side, however, is just... You're now living on a prayer, hoping that Arju or Stake don't get their shot on target. And Arju is hitting them right now. So Tox, he's going to have to be on point for the entire time with the way they're playing right now. And that is... It's so hard to do, man. Like, there's going to be a mistake in there somewhere. It's going to be all up to Pasta and Paella just to take advantage.
Yeah, if you guys have not played this game mode, it is incredibly difficult to not only just kind of get adjusted to it, because a lot of the things that people forget is that extra boost, that 1.5 times speed, just it makes things off a little bit. It does help you catch up to the ball, but at a certain point, it just does not matter. And you can see that the way that they're progressing across the field, like they can't even catch it sometimes. So the pre-jumps or the reads that they're trying to make just do not fit what they're used to. So again, you joked about it earlier, but quite honestly, like scrims and stuff tomorrow are going to be weird. There is 100% going to be an adjustment phase when they get back into playing normal Rocket League. So here to game 5. This is the end all to be all. Winner goes on to the grand final. Shogun, if you had to give a shout, who do you think is going to take it?
Oh boy. I really like what I've seen from Arju so far. I'll go for him on this one. He was the one I was doubting as well coming into this. I wasn't too sure how he was going to adapt. He's adapted well. He's just got to try and find the clean touches, and that is not something that's going to happen too easily.
Indeed it is not, but part of me also wants a bunch of own goals again.
Listen, okay, game
chaotic
2
evil
is
in
a
me.
special place in our heart. You're not going to be able to get an exact version of it, but I wouldn't mind one. I'm kind of, yeah, I'll sit with you on this one. It won't be as good, but I won't mind.
Just back to back to back as he barely misses that. Shot goes wide, but pressure's still on. So you're starting to see the guys from Canyon push up way more aggressively. This time it pays out.
That was a nice little self-set. Good
And a
bump
good
afterwards. That was an actual play. We've got a whole bunch of wows in the game chat as well. I think they were just as surprised by an actual play as we were.
Does seem like they're having fun with it, as it is for a good cause. So shouts to them. Glad they're taking the time out of their days, even though Sunday is usually a day off for them. To come and play. As trying to let that one settle is Arju, and it does not matter. It's going to go the other way off the backboard. Saved by Stake. Great hustle.
Oh, so risky. Could have easily put that one into his own net. To keep it alive, Arju has a couple of options. Stake can dive. Dive he does, but Arju's now going to be by himself. Let's get the clear. Here's where the difficulties come. I feel like the transition between players is a little bit slower on Pasta and Paella's side. They need to make sure that they can keep some pressure on the ball. Because right now, the other team, they're trying their hardest to. It's a difference between like the decision not to versus the inability to actually execute. But Tox executes a beauty of a shot.
It's exactly what we were talking about when we came into this match. We're like, this is the expectation we had out of Tox. We know he's capable of hitting shots, and as long as he puts him on target, that ball will go sailing. So well done by them, up by 2. Curious to see on how Arju and Stake are going to adjust. Most of their plays have been shots from up high from Arju, but when the pressure is on, they just don't really have that space to get that read. So
well, it's going to get pretty frustrating for them now, because the playstyle that we've seen from a Canyon is now going to be amplified. They have now got multiple reasons to stick with Tox back and Zamway chasing. So they're going to need to get something to throw that off, and this might exactly do it. 2 players missing. Arju's just sat so far back. Still plenty of time to come and take the shot. Not equally as much time for Zamway to try and clamber his way back towards his own net, and that's straight in.
getting punished for it, man. You had one chasing for a demo here. But this is Boomer mode in a nutshell. You blast it with power, it doesn't go on target, ends in the back of your net by some rare chance.
Boomer mode feels and looks to me very defense advantageous. Any touch, you are safe. As long as you can get something that isn't on your net, it's going to bounce somewhere, it's going to add more power to it, you're out. So being 3 goals up is going to make that advantage amplify itself.
Case in point there, just 2 immediate touches immediately removes any sort of threat. This goes back to midfield, redirect in, and unfortunate over the top. So now they're going to have to play chase, try to get back to it. But you can't really do that with Boomer. You just have to preemptively go to a spot and hope it connects. I mean, hope in my circumstance. These guys actually know what they're doing, so a little bit different there. As now just under 2 minutes remaining, up by 3. And quite honestly, it does not look like it's going to trend the other way. Because it looks like the Canyon's getting more and more comfortable, man.
They even need monumental mistakes as we almost see another own goal. That could have bounced straight into the player. We even need to see monumental mistakes, or we need to see just 3 consecutive phenomenal pre-reads on the jump. And I'm so doubtful that either one, the other, or a combination of both are going to happen, especially with only 1:20 left on the clock. I think a Canyon have done enough here.
Which is weird, because normally...
oh my god, it's so strong!
Shogun, I was about to say some things.
You're so welcome, chat. We got ourselves a real game.
I was so ready to be like, yeah, man, like, Canyon, they're adjusting really well. They're playing a certain style, and then Arju's like, yeah, hold my drink.
Arju is like best friends with the ceiling this series. He has got so much work done off it, either reading the bounces down or using it to try and guide the shot in. Okay. Okay, they're figuring this out. Is it too late? Very well, maybe. Stake off the ceiling. Arju again. He's got the reads. He just wasn't quick enough this time around. A shot to try and finish off the series. Ends up bouncing off the backboard. Zamway. He put it long again. They've just got to turn this one in.
Take your time. Take your time.
36 seconds. I'm actually casting this series. It's actually hype.
You know, when we were talking, I'm like, yeah, it's minute 17. It is Boomer mode, so you can barely touch the ball, and that thing will go flying across the net. Like, the most minimal amount of time to get a goal totally applies to this. So, again, 30 seconds left. Still plenty of time on the board. And they can play to 0 second time. They did manage to keep it up, and, just barely off the mark. Is this going to go in their own net?
Oh, can you hear that? That's the sound of heartbreak. That's the crunching sound.
Again, Caster Curse at its finest. We talk about the game being over. They scored. They bring it back within 1. We talk about how it's a game. It's close. And then they own goal.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great own goal. The most painful part of that is that they just need to get on target. It's the risk-reward of Boomer mode. You either get it all, or not only do you get nothing, you get things taken from you.
It's a very punishing game, man. Margin for error is very minimal.
The scoreline is flattering here.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, Tox he's impressed in this game. And both impressed, actually. I think Zamway had a stronger series, but Tox looked very good in the later stages. Obviously,
the more and more they get exposed to this, the better it's going to go, but again, the Boomer Bowl by Veloce has had a lot of interesting surprises and own goals to pair with it. So we go the distance here, but it is going to be a Canyon that moves on to the grand final. So congrats to them. On the other side, just to kind of keep you guys up to date on the bracket, we've got who is playing Can We Play F1 Yet, which is Speed in Relating Wave, which is a fantastic name. So those guys are battling out right now. Actually, yeah.
I got to catch my first ever pond, like try-hard sweaty race yesterday. It's try-hard and it is sweaty. So I've seen Speed intense. That was a level of intensity I wasn't expecting. So that'll be interesting though. I think Speed will suit this game. Does that mean Left's out? I thought he was going to be one of the
I would assume so.
reaches in this tournament. So that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, ping we'll go with is the reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't
Boomer
tell
mode
quite
trying to
if
read
Boomer
trying to read
mode-
stuff. It's not good. Like everything's already a second behind, and then the ball's flying faster than it should.
I mean, so my counter argument to that is, what are you reacting to in Boomer mode that you can within the first second? Maybe you're not going to get the first read. So who knows?
They're just better.
Just gone.
I do agree that I think this game mode definitely suits speed. Like I think this is made for him. So an interesting, but we've got the other semi-final coming up next. We've got Flame and Nachito versus Can We Play F1 Yet. We're gonna take a quick break, you guys. When we come back, the other semi-final. Stay tuned and get those donations in.